Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late August, going into September 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get started right away and get right down to business with an oracle card here, just so we could test the waters out and see what's up for the lovely Aries collective out there. I hope you're doing well, my friends. But let's shuffle it up, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for the Aries collective? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick. Then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can go in on, which is always interesting. But let's get this going here. What do we got for Aries, my guides? Quick. Okay, so we do have this Queen of Swords type character, and it makes sense to me with the type of reading we had last week, the seriousness, the stern type of vibe. And we'll talk about it. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you'd kindly like to show a public display of affection to the like button, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But let's get into the reading here. If you look at this lady, now, yes, this isn't a tarot deck, it is an oracle, but she just reminds me of the Queen of Swords. So for some of you, yes, this could represent an older feminine figure. This could represent an air sign playing a big part in your life right now, prominence. Aside from that, this is a very honest, shrewd, stone cold type of energy. And like I said, last week's vibe through the whole tarot reading had that seriousness attached to it. So either this is you being very stern, serious about your business. Hopefully this isn't how somebody's acting towards you, because yes, this is honesty, this is shrewdness, but it could also be a little bit cold. So watch for the cold energies. We're just going to put her down now. And as I always say, pardon me, this oracle card, it's just a little footnote. It doesn't make or break the reading. Let's get into tarot, though. We're going to get you 3 in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify. Interesting to see if we'll get similar energies in the reading. So my guides, talk to me. Let's get these first 3 out for Aries, please. Late August going into September. Now, like I said, last week's reading, it was titled A Serious Talk. And I like to keep the titles of the readings very simple, but like I was saying, very shrewd, very stern, very serious. So some of you might be in that mode where you're just not about BS in any way, shape, or form here. Or you might be getting very serious about something or someone. So let's get 3 cards out here, then we'll really start to see if the energy is shifting. Because as always, energy is always up and down and sideways and all around. You only take this how it hits for you, because this could be other people in your energy as well. Okay, what do we got here? All right, yeah, we do have our good friend, the King of Cups, aka Mr. Kyle of Cups himself, showing up. We're using the lovely Vice Versa Tarot. So we could be speaking about the realm of emotions. Interesting that we have that play, that cold, the mental, the logic into the emotions. You might be going through some sort of battle between the heart and mind. We'll talk about it more as we keep progressing through. All right, we do have double kings here. We have the King of Swords. So I'm already initially seeing that front and center, the battle between the heart and the mind. What you think and what you feel. Let's get one more out here. Interesting that we're starting off with 2 kings, and I was talking about you getting very serious. And we do have another individual here, another sword card. We have the Page of Swords here. So let's talk about this, Aries. I'm going to give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. So in tarot, when we see a lot of kings, they represent control of some aspect of your life. And as you see here, we do have possible people figures showing up in this spread that we're going to have to get more juice from. But we have the emotional, we have the mental. So a lot of you could be trying to get your emotions under control. The King of Cups, it could represent a water sign here. And whenever I see the King of Cups, I think of emotional mastery, getting your emotions in check, your emotions under control. He could also represent romance and love. So like I was joking a little earlier about the like button, public displays of affection, that's very King of Cups type of energy. So we could be speaking about your emotional state as well. We're really going to want to see what that's about. Depending on the clarifier, it'll really tell the tale. Now moving to the center here, we have the King of Swords, a lot sterner, a lot more shrewd, and we've been seeing it ever since the Queen in the very beginning. We also have the Page. We almost have the whole damn Swords royal family. Now, in the suit of Swords, it does represent the realm of the mind, the realm of communication. So we're seeing a little bit of a hangover from last week's once again. So if this isn't an air sign showing up with this King of Swords, it could be strategy. You could be strategizing something. Once again, this could be very stern, shrewd type of energy. So whether it's you being logical, trying to plan things out, or just being in this King of Swords mode where you're like, you know what, no BS, no games, I'm about my business, all right? That's kind of the vibe I always get here. Yes, it's also a determined type of energy, but it's an extreme plan-based type of vibe. Now, moving to the very back end here, we have the Page of Swords. Interesting, because the page is seen as like the younger version of the king to me. So we could have maturity issues with somebody around you. Like someone you're dealing with might be a lot less mature than you are, or vice versa. Pages could represent children. All pages are communicators, all pages are students. And when I see the Page of Swords, it's a defensive type of vibe. Also with the king there, this could absolutely be somebody a little nervous to approach. This could be somebody nervous, bashful in general. We have a lot of different things that are going on in this spread. The Page of Swords is also called the Spy of the Tarot deck. So we could be having somebody watching your moves, analyzing you. You could be doing that as well. But this page, if it's not new endeavors, new things you're wanting to do and study, the Page of Swords could be a talk, once again, similar to last week's, that serious talk type of vibe. So let's put that down here. Let's dive deeper on all this, Aries. Let's jump in and clarify. And let's shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Aries collective, my guides. Let's get this intuitive stuff going. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research, rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on this King of Cups here, our good friend Kyle of Cups, right in the front. And yes, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you read tarot yourself, if you're feeling any messages, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. So let's go in on this King of Cups. Why is it here? Why is this King of Cups here? All right. Yeah, there could be some sort of aspect of yourself that you're really trying to work on, that you're trying to neutralize or improve on. We have the Eight of Pentacles underneath this King of Cups. Now, for some of you, yeah, this could represent romance, working on romance issues, working on relationships, sure. Some of you might be in that mode. But I'm getting the vibe of self-improvement here right in the front end. With the King of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, this is that water-earth mixture. It's super abundant. It's super beautiful. Now, if you have been emotionally volatile lately, those energies still might persist for a little bit. So this does feel like a little bit of emotional volatility that you might be working through. However, I do like this. It's the energy of self-betterment, trying to make yourself the best version you can be. So this is good. That a lot of you might be in that mindset where you're like, you know what? I'm going to be the best version of myself. Okay, regardless, I'm going to do it. And when there's an Aries that's motivated, there's nothing that could stop that Aries. I know myself. But let's put that down right here. This could just be somebody trying to get their emotions in check too. Lots of different things. We'll talk about it more during the recap. But let's go in on this King of Swords. A lot of you could be dealing with emotional situations at work, like emotional outbursts and stuff like that. We'll see how the rest of this plays out. So why is the King of Swords here? Why is the King of Swords here for Aries? Yeah, this is confrontational. This is take no prisoners type of energy. This could be a bit of a warning. We have the Knight of Swords, and I would say this is in reverse to me. But in this deck, the Vice Versa Tarot, if you don't know, it's a deck where there are really no reverses. Both cards have two sides. And this is like the confrontational side of the King of Swords. I mean, the Knight of Swords under the King of Swords. So I feel like a lot of you are in the mode where you're like, take no prisoners. No games, no BS. Like I've been saying, like now's the time to get strict. And now's the time to hunker down. I'm not dealing with anyone's games, anyone's drama, anyone's BS. I'm on a mission and I'm going to get it done. But another big vibe I'm catching here is like, if someone wants a fight, if someone wants to pick a fight, you will indulge it here with this King of Swords and this Knight of Swords, okay? So this can be a warning about some sort of explosive type of conflict, people butting heads, so watch out for that in this time. But some of you could be just extra motivated here, okay? But there is possible confrontation, and this can be a warning. We're going to go in on this Page of Swords, then we'll do a quick little recap. And like I said, we pretty much have had the whole entire sword family here. So some of you might be dealing with family issues, the family unit. Let's see what that page is about. And yeah, we'll go from there. Interesting stuff. So why is this Page of Swords here? Thank you. Yeah, wait and see. Yeah, we have the Three of Wands here underneath this Page of Swords. There could be a certain situation you're going through where you're just like either watching somebody's moves, watching somebody's behaviors, or they could be doing the same. Also, it's that little mixture of fire to all of this air. I still do feel like this is somebody waiting for the right time to make a move of some kind, waiting for the right time to pounce on something. There could be a person that's either analyzing you or you're analyzing them. Like, eyes are on. There's somebody watching, okay? There's a microscope on somebody here for sure. Now, the Three of Wands is a big card of manifestation, okay? Bringing something forth. And when I see it under here, I get somebody either holding their ground or just waiting and seeing like, yeah, I'm watching you. I'm analyzing you. I see what you're doing. You're not going to get one past me. So we could tie it back in with all this other stuff we've been seeing about somebody, no games, no nonsense, games over type of energy. Okay, this is defensive as well. So let's go through and do a quick little recap. Of course, this could be somebody waiting or wanting to speak to as well. We're not going to go that route just yet, though. Let's go through and do a quick recap before we get into your shadow card. In position number 1, we do have the King of Cups himself with the Eight of Pentacles in the upright underneath. And to me, this is, yes, an energy of self-improvement. So a lot of you might be embarking on a journey of self-improvement in some kind of way, working on yourself, trying to stabilize your emotions, be even-keeled type of vibe. Some of you could represent working on relationships and such too. That's a big thing here. But some of you, there could be some sort of emotional outburst at work, especially when we see this thing going towards the center, the King of Swords with the Knight of Swords in the upright. I did say this could be a possible warning of conflict, butting heads, so please heed that warning because this is a very stern, cold, serious, somebody who's willing to throw down if they need to, right? So if it's somebody who is not serious and stern in their ways, not playing any games, if somebody's looking for an opponent, they're going to find one here. And on the back end, we have the Page of Swords with the Three of Wands. Just know you might be under somebody's microscope or somebody could be under yours. Eyes are on here. Okay, just waiting on the next move, waiting to see what this person does, letting something shake out. So please take a screenshot of that if you want to look into it further. We're going to get you one shadow card here, Aries. That was interesting. Similar themes and archetypes from last week, but an interesting reading for sure. Let's get one shadow card out here. And we're using the Shadowland Tarot once again for this portion, which I love to do. So whether it's something new, something old, going within, looking within is never a bad thing. What's in the shadows for Aries? What's in the shadows? Okay. Yeah, we do have the Seven of Cups here, which is always intriguing to me when it shows up in its shadow form. Now, let's speak about it. When we do the shadow side, we sometimes look at the inversion here. And with all the sword energy I've been seeing, that's very active mind. A lot of you could be suffering from like racing thoughts, racing, things just going on in your mind where your brain feels a little bit scrambled. Or there's so many options. I don't know which route I'm going to go. I don't know which path I'm going to take. That's a big thing here. But another vibe when this shows up in the shadows is somebody that could be trapped in their mind, trapped in their head, trapped in la-la land. So make sure in this time that you're not getting caught up in your mind too much. A little physical activity could do you well. Don't overthink. Or this could be someone you're connected to that is overthinking to the maximum. So Aries, that's what I have for you this week. Of course, it could mean other things. Don't click away just yet though, my friends. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of Dreams. It's one of my favorites. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments which tarot suit you think is the most positive, whether it's Cups, Pentacles, Swords, Wands. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As usual, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.